Sahara. He's a West African musician, a singer, and a prolific drummer who hails from the center of Bangofla in Ivory Coast. Dr. Djobi Joe, actually his name is Djobi Joe, also known as Dr. Djobi Joe, a name that he picked up in France because of his healing powers in his music. The French decided to give him that name. Now, during his stint in France, Djobi toured Europe extensively and also as part of a group that was Badejo Art. And during that time, he also managed to record some of his own music. Now, Dr. Djobi Joe, who's now staying in Indiana with his wife and daughter, is playing with a group called Mecca Bodega, which is comprised of two brothers, Mark and Paul Miller. So Dr. Djobi Joe is right here in the studio with us, and he's gonna tell us more about his music. Doctor, welcome to Sahara TV.
Welcome. Thank you for inviting me here.
Right.
I really want to explain how my life arts are.
Okay, so when did you start playing the drums? Because I know as young Africans you have these instruments around you, but when did you pick up and started playing yourself?
So my father is a drummer. So when I grew up, I have a drum home already.
Right.
So normally he's my big brother. My father was let him play and that. So me, I was in school. They wanted me to go to school, became a doctor,
Right.
And then one day my father let me play. They say, "Oh, take one accompaniment." The day I do the accompaniment, just all the villagers love it.
Right.
That's why I got the patrimoine, and then I become the best of the family playing the drum.
Okay, so obviously we're gonna fast forward to when you started playing professionally, because now you're one of those professionals that people look out for in terms of drumming. You belong to a group like Mecca Bodega, and I'm sure you've also toured Europe extensively. When did you leave Ivory Coast and where were you heading to? Did you know anybody?
Yeah, I was with one group named Rosemary Giro when I was young and came to the capital.
Right.
So I used to play in the church, so the church people find me quickly. Then I'm saying myself, hey, I'm not gonna just stop playing in the church because the rhythm is just the same thing. So I want to go more in ballet. And then in one association already does. Kimu, he can give me the contract. So I was in Europe. So I played with the George Monboy group, Young Kadi, and I was about 20 years old.
Right.
Yeah, 1991. And then from there, people started to know me. And then Mamadi Keita is one of a good player as well. So he invited me to Belgium.
So you left and went to Belgium?
Belgium.
Right.
And then, like 2 weeks, then I'm back France. Go back to England, Germany, all that.
Okay, so now you also recorded some of your music. How was it easy or how was it difficult maybe to record drums and in a language that most probably people did not understand?
That's what the doctor is about, of sound. So it's just the creating. So you compose first the drum, and then you create it on top of that. Even in guitar, even everything I work on with just the Djobi. This is the topalo. The Topalon sound give a lot of the rest of the instrument.
Right.
They collaborate together.
So it produces different sounds.
Sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard you say, obviously, before this interview that it sometimes even gives the flute sound.
Yeah, that's what we're going to see later.
Okay, you're going to show us later. Now, the album that you first recorded, I know that so far you've done 4 CDs, right?
Yeah.
And then one that you put out, which is obviously the one I'm holding in my hand here. And you simply titled it Topalon, which is after the drum.
Yeah.
And it has a couple of songs that talk about specific cultures in your Ivorian culture. This one called the Zaoli.
Yeah.
It's about the mask.
Yeah.
Can you tell us the details and the mystery about this mask?
Zaoli doesn't come from secret forest because Zaoli is a woman name.
Right.
So it's the history is about the daughter of Lion, the king of jungle.
Right.
So it was one young woman. She was dancing very good. And then she passed away when she was young. So all the villagers was upset. People crying all the time. So the sculptor, the one guy know how to make the mask, know how to make the chairs. He's a sculptor.
Sculpted a mask out of Zaoli.
He run in the forest, cut the right tree, and think about the woman face, and then he make the Zaoli. So the man got to wear that. That's what the Zaoli is about. So the rhythms of the Zaoli is like a mathematics.
Right.
Everybody got to play the same thing. That's what the Zaoli is about. The one of the beauty, mask, very smooth dance. People love it. I think Zaoli is one of the rhythms where almost all the Africans love it, and then all the Africans are playing it today.
Okay. So now let's just go back to how your music has touched a lot of people, like in France, obviously, where they ended up calling you the doctor of sound. How was, you obviously played in the streets, you played also in stadiums, in halls. How was it that they would feel this healing power in your drums?
First, when I started to play, when my father was starting to play, I mean, show me how to play. We play outside already. We play in the street already. When you're in Africa, everything we do is outside already. So it's, I'm already there. So when I'm in Europe or here, I love it to play in that. Because there are a lot of people already.
Right.
So why my rhythms, my playing touch people a lot. It's about first. When you are a drummer, you play it. You gotta let people make the people happy first.
Right.
That's the communications with the public. When you play, people gotta love it. So you gotta make yourself, yes, I love it, that. So they watch me, they're gonna be happy. They make it easier. That's why the doctor I touch the rhythm with the people in Europe.
So the music is not always about being happy. Sometimes you can play about death too, right?
Yes, the death is about, look, it's African culture is always that. So when somebody pass away, and then we play the drum, it's not mean it's just to be being so upset or that. We give back the spirit.
The spirit.
The spirit going. That's why we're doing that. That's why when people play, even in the funeral, we laughing.
Right.
So that's comme ça.
Okay. So now this album that you recorded, obviously, here in the States, Topalon.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to compose the songs and to put it together?
Yeah. First, I have so many rhythms first. So That's a good question because sometimes some friend asking me they want to do their album, asking me how it was happening, right? How, where is it the first one you study? How do you study? I have the traditional rhythm first. This rhythm I play in them a lot of time, long time. And now this is a new composition. That's the mean Zaoli partisan. When we're talking about the Zaoli rhythms, another person can record the Zaoli sound. That is not the same composition.
Right.
That is the African rhythm is about. African rhythm is the traditional rhythm. They were there already. Now you are artist, and you do your composition different.
Okay.
But you stay always and respect the name and the beat. But your composition, you break it, going to be different.
Okay. So now you play with these two brothers, Mark and Paul Miller, who are obviously American-born musicians.
Yeah.
And you fuse your drums and the traditional European English,
yes,
I would say, guitars. So the group is called Mecca Bodega.
Yes.
How did that collaboration come about? What was the first thing that happened here?
So this is one group. They travel a lot. Even they went in Australia. They went in all that. Two brothers, Paul Miller, then Mark Miller. So they put one note. They need some drummer for some audition. They play in the subway. They want somebody to come. So they test a lot of people, a lot of Africans. And then Lisa, she's a global.
Yeah, Lisa Vives. Right.
Lisa Vives. And she find out and she let me know. So we went there in the subway. We played, and the next day they told me, oh, we have a show. You playing with us. Why? They gave me. They're so happy about my sound already because it's always the toparo.
Right.
So the flute sound going in the guitar, in the dulcimer, that. So that's give they're important for them to be happy. They're very, 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 very happy about
right
when we play together.
So now I know that you are actually touring. I think you've just come to the end of your tour in New York, and you've also been performing in Penn Station together with this group Mecca Bodega. Where else can you be seen? Are you touring the United States? Do you have any tour dates anywhere?
Yes. When tomorrow is October 3rd, I'll go back to Indiana. I'm going to California in 2 weeks. I doesn't have the date exactly, but the day I have confirmation already is the 5th. I'm going to Canada. November. I'm going to Canada November 5th. I'm coming back November 11th. The same day, I'm going to Florida. I have 3 days workshop there. Then I have the tours again.
So you look like you're quite busy. Is there a website where people can check information on where you're going to be, and then if they want to come and watch you perform, they can always, come there? Is there a website?
Oh, now when we get a Facebook so easy.
Okay. So on Facebook they just look for.
They're looking there
for Djobi.
The friend over there, then YouTube or there. So
okay. So your Facebook is what? Djobi or Dr. Djobi?
My Facebook, Djobi Ivorian Simon.
Okay. Thank you very much. In fact, a friend of mine asked me, and he says, how come Djobi has a lot of female followers, especially the white female followers? Is there a trick because you are a doctor already, you are healing. Now you're getting all the white females. What's going on, Dr. Djobi? Or is it a secret that you'd like to tell me?
When you artist, you
right.
always open for So people got it laughing about. So
Right.
yeah, when you sweet, the woman love you.
Oh, okay. So you must be sweet then. On that note, Dr. Djobi is gonna perform one of a solo, right?
Yes.
And I'm not too sure exactly what the name of it is, but
Going to be the sound going to be Father.
Father.
The first sound my father showed me.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much. So we'll wait and hear Father.